What's up, guys? It's your girl Felicia. Welcome to the channel where we are reimagining life at any age and at any stage. And I wanted to share a real quick video with you because I was watching YouTube, of course, earlier, and I ran across a video and it said, keep posting even if no one is watching. And I was like, wow, because a lot of times we get discouraged. But the word says, do not despise small beginnings. So we start, we stop, we get discouraged. We look at the numbers. We're like, okay, 5 views, 10 views. But we really got to focus on being grateful for any views. Because again, the job is just to help one person, right? So that message in itself is going to help somebody. Keep posting, even if no one is watching. As a matter of fact, keep posting like nobody is watching. It's like dance like David danced, you know? Birds sing, they don't have to be told to sing. They don't have to be watched to sing. They don't have to be prompted to sing. They just sing. They don't need an audience. They don't need anyone to like, comment, share, subscribe. They don't need any of those things. A bird gets up every single day and does its job. So for us, for you, if you have a message that you know is going to help somebody, get it out there. Get it out there and keep posting, even if no one is watching. As a matter of fact, that's even more reason to post. Why? Because eventually, your message that's going to positively impact somebody somewhere is going to find its way to them. Our job is just to get the messages out. Our job, your job, is to just press record and get the message out. We can't keep focusing on, well, who's liking, who's commenting, who's sharing, who's subscribing. Is the channel growing? We have to be so thankful and so grateful for the 1, the 2, or the 3. Because if we're good stewards over that 1, 2, and 3, that 3 will turn into 33. That 3 will be 330. It'll be 33,000 before we know it. If we're good stewards with the 3. So even if nobody's watching initially, because eventually they will, and we do know that these platforms are here for a reason. They're tools for us to use to get positive messages out. And yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff out there. So it's easy to get discouraged. Like, there's so much out there, it will almost trick you out of your next phase of abundance. There's so much stuff out there, it will literally trick you into thinking that what you have to say doesn't matter. And that's so far from the truth. What you have to say does matter. You matter. Whoever's watching what you have to say, they are looking for that affirmation that you're putting out. Our job is to just keep putting it out and making sure that we're doing it from a pure heart, a pure intent. And yes, sure, let's keep it a buck. Everybody wants to get monetized. Everybody wants to be monetized on these channels. Why? Because they afford a freedom that a conventional way of doing things does not. All right. It's almost like being an independent artist. Being able to create a YouTube channel and put out your art is being an independent artist. So, with that being said, An independent artist knows that initially when they come out the gate, they don't have a big budget. They don't have a big audience. They don't have a big following. They don't have a big, just grandiose rollout. They just get out there, jump off the porch. And I know people hate to hear this, but they jump off the porch and they're consistent with it. And they show up. And they show up well. And show up consistently with messages that are going to help someone. Because here's the thing, if you're doing it for your own personal vanity, hey, no one may ever see it. You never know. You never know, because of course the algorithms work according to what people are looking for. So if there's some level of expertise that you have, and when I say expertise, I mean real life experience. Real life experience that you can share to help somebody. YouTube is the perfect platform to do that. True story. I was actually discouraged from starting this channel. Well, I've started about 12 channels, but this one in particular, and going all out on this one in particular in this season, I was almost tricked out of trusting myself, because I already know if we just keep posting like nobody's watching, eventually someone will watch. Eventually it will catch on. Eventually the algorithm will catch up. Eventually you will be suggested out to different people, different places of different ilks from everywhere. And that's what we want. We want the message to go as far as it possibly can. But looking at the 1, the 2, or the 3 initially and not being grateful for it or being discouraged by it, because really being discouraged by it is indirectly a way of not being grateful for it. Sure, it's okay to want that 3 to be 33 or 333 or 33,000 or what have you. We could go on and on. Sure, we want that. Sure. All right. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Well, I'll take that back. Some people don't. Some people just do it just for fun. But even in doing that, even in doing it just for fun, not as a business, just doing it to get your creativity out, just doing it to get the art out, because you may not be a speaker, you may not be a writer, you may not be a media person, you may not be someone who is all about the microphone or what have you, but you still have your own mission. You still have your own art. And this is the perfect way to get that art out. And one thing about it, once it's out there, it's out there. So years and years from now, long after we're not here, our family, our friends, our loved ones, our kids, our grandchildren, they can go back and look at the art that we actually were brave enough to put out. And that's another thing. It takes a lot of courage to get on here and to do this every day and to be authentic. To be authentic and to feel good enough about yourself to just keep doing it. But then we realize it's not about us. It's not, again, it's about the message. It's about the mission. It's about getting it to the people who need it most, which are the ones who are sitting there stewing over whether they're going to get started or not. And that's what we have to remember. We think we're getting on these platforms for us and we're putting out stuff for us. We're giving people what we want them to have as opposed to giving them what they need, which is whatever the message or the mission is that appeals to them. And once you know who you're talking to, once you know who your tribe is, once you know who your audience is, if it's one, two, or three, that eventually will turn into 333 or 33,000, because eventually it will. Eventually it will. But if you dig in there and really talk to those three, knowing who they are. Like another example, this channel. Going back to that one conversation that almost discouraged me and almost made me stop again. All of these things in our head, all of these things in our head, blah, 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 blah. You're 50, why would you do this at 50? And why would you, those kind of things. And here's what we know. Here's what we know. If you've been through anything on this earth, because nothing under the sun is new. Nothing. There is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing really original. Sure, you can put your spin on it, but there's nothing new under the sun. So if you've been through something and you've been blessed enough to get back up, you've been blessed enough to get on here and tell these stories, you've been blessed enough to still be in your right mind and have a good heart and a pure spirit to come on here and talk about your bounce back. Because that's what this channel is about. This channel is about reimagining our lives at any age, at any stage. So yeah, I was almost discouraged from even doing this channel. Because again, the sentiment was, why would you start that at 50 years old and nobody's watching and this? I don't care. I'm reimagining my life at this age and at this stage. So at this age, at this big age of 50 plus, and at this stage of knowing that I'm okay with starting over with 1, 2, or 3 and growing that into 333 and then 33,000 and then however many after that. At this stage in life, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So you have to decide for yourself what you're okay with. Are you okay with the 1 or the 2 or the 3? And can you really just dive in there and talk to the 1, 2, or 3 people? And are you committed enough and obedient enough to follow what it is that your mission is, to keep going for it and to keep going at it as if no one is watching, even if they're not watching, because eventually it'll get to them. Eventually, YouTube's algorithm will send your message to the person who's looking for it. Because, again, using this channel as an example, someone right now in their 50s is doubting whether they can start over and do something different. Someone right now in their 50s is being told, don't start a YouTube channel. TikTok is where it's at, and all of these other places, which that's okay. All of that is fine. But we have to decide at this age and at this stage, whatever age and stage that is for you, you have to decide what works for you and where your mission and your message can reside, and you're okay with the 1 or the 2 or the 3. And you can settle in and talk to that tribe and grow that tribe to the 333,000. You see the numbers keep going up, right? Because that's how we're manifesting. That's how we're reimagining life at this age and at this stage. We're just going to keep posting, whether anyone is watching or not. As a matter of fact, we're going to keep posting like no one is watching. Because again, we're going to dance like David danced, and we're going to sing like the birds sing. They don't have to be told to sing. They don't need an audience to sing. They don't need followers or subscribers or comments to sing. Now, we do need those things to monetize. Let's keep it a buck. But the point is, keep going. Keep posting. Let me know in the comments what you think. Give me a thumbs up. And of course, on your way out, hit subscribe. It's your girl Felicia. I love you guys. Keep posting like nobody's watching. As a matter of fact, keep posting like you don't care if they're watching or not. Just enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy your journey. Reimagine your life at this age, whatever it is, and at this stage, whatever that is. I love you guys. Until the next video, I'm out.